Healthy mouth. Regular checkups and cleanings will keep your teeth and gums in top shape. Give yourself and your kids the best dental care with a visit to Carson Family Dentistry in Springfield. With a qualifying, caring dental staff, Carson Family Dentistry provides top care with a hometown feel. Trust your family's oral health to Dr. Carson. Call today for an appointment. Carson Family Dentistry is a proud supporter of all school activities and events on the Live Ticket Network.
All right, just about ready to go. The captains will meet in the middle, and our white hat, Matt Clark, will flip the coin and see who gets the ball first, or who will defer if they win the toss. Again, the 2025 South Dakota High School Football Championships next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Dakota Dome. Go online to Championship Central at the South Dakota High School Activities Association website, and they'll give you information. The Avon captains, Lance Odens, Jamie Pelton, and Cravon Talsma.
And defensive back Jesse Hyatt. The team was coached by Tom Culver and assisted by Mel Pecky, Brad Bierma, Justin Lucas, Mark Boomermutter, and Tom Oster. Please give these Pirates a big round of applause in appreciation of their efforts in winning in this 2005.
So handshakes all around. Okay, there's the flip of the coin. It appears that Avon has won the coin toss. So, Matt Clark says Avon will get the ball first. They will move left to right, as you're seeing it here on Avon Pirates Live. Coleman Egan will move right to left here in the first quarter, as also you're seeing it here on Avon Pirates Live. Sorry, folks. Got to open the window to see. All right, so kicking off for Coleman Egan will be Clayton Bowman. And back deep for Avon, Grayson Retzloff and Cale Cooper. Retzloff has 7 returns for an average of 17 yards. Cooper has 5 returns on the season for an average of 21 yards. So the temperature at kickoff, I'm sure you're all dying to know. Clear skies, 36 degrees with an east-northeast wind at 6 miles an hour. And as we mentioned last week, when the temperature was a little bit higher, I think our game time temperature a week ago Thursday was 48. And I always have to bring up the late Hall of Fame coach Max Hawk, who we did Yankton High School football for 12 years. He said, Joe, this kind of weather, just run the football and get a win and go home. So Bowman ready to go. Here's the run-up on the ball, and it's a short kick, and it was touched by an Avon player, and it's recovered by Coleman Egan. The same thing that happened to the Pirates last week against Sioux Falls Lutheran. Mason Wright made the recovery, so just like a week ago Thursday, Avon commits a turnover on a muff kickoff return. And Coleman Egan will start 1st and 10 at the Avon 39-yard line. So from the gun, Zach Peterson will hand off. And getting into the open, this is Hayden Pearson, and he's going to go for a touchdown, yes. Or is he down before the goal line? He is down before the goal line. Hayden Pearson with 1,426 yards gets 38, and it's a 1st and goal for Coleman Egan at the Avon 1. Clock running. Coming up on just 30 seconds gone in the game, and Coleman Egan is a yard away from taking the early lead. Wide receivers to either side. Peterson from the gun. Peterson will take it himself, puts his head down, but he didn't get in. He did not get in. And the defensive line of Avon kept him out, but it's still on the 1-yard line, so no gain. 2nd down and goal for Coleman Egan at the Avon 1. So a play comes in from the far sideline from Coach Chad Williamson, again in his 13th season, a graduate of South Dakota State. So 2nd and goal, Coleman Egan from the Avon 1. Here's the pitch, and Pearson doesn't get in this time.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson on the carry. Brings up
Again, he was surrounded. Coming over to make the stop was Jamie Pelton, among others. So now 3rd and goal, and now the ball backed up just a little bit. As we check the down marker on the far sideline, it's between the 1 and the 2-yard line. So Avon trying, but like we said, you've got 4 chances, and Coleman Egan has been stopped on 2 of them. So 3rd and goal inside the 2, and a timeout or a flag. And usually, and Matt Clark says, offside against Avon. So that'll move the ball inside the 1.
3rd and goal for the Hawks.
So 3rd and goal. So again, from the 3rd time, 3rd and goal, Coleman Egan at the Avon 1. Peterson will hand off, and he didn't go. That was Hayden Pearson again, And Pearson gets a little bit inside the 1, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. With 9:26 left to go in the first quarter in the 9B semifinals. No score, but the offense stays on the field for Coleman Egan. Well, actually, the ball marked back at the 2. So here's 4th and goal. Coleman Egan at the Avon 2. Motion, back to throw. Here's a pass toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Hayden Pearson on a crossing pattern, and the Avon Pirates turn away Coleman Egan on a 4-down stand inside the 2-yard line, and will turn it over on downs. You'll remember that Sioux Falls Lutheran, after recovering a muffed Avon kick to open the game last week, scored on their first possession. So here come the Pirates, 1st and 10. Inside the 2. And here's an opening, and off to the races, to the 40, to the 50. And scoring a 99-yard touchdown. It is Trenton Sokup with his 13th touchdown run of the season. Of course, Avon in all black with those red numbers with gold trim and the red helmets. Coleman Egan in the black pants. White jerseys with black numbers trimmed out in yellow and the black helmets. But Avon scores with 8:37 left to go in the first quarter, and they will go for 2. And into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is Grayson Retzlaff. So, just like that, 8:37 left to go in the first quarter, a 1-play, 99-yard drive, the 99-yard touchdown run by Trenton Sokup, and Avon leads 8-0 here on Avon Pirates Live.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
All right, so after stopping Coleman Egan 4 times inside the 2-yard line, Trenton Sokup of Avon off to the races for 99 yards and his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Grayson Retzlaff with the 2-point conversion, 8-0 Avon with 8:37 left to go in the first quarter. Kicking off for Avon, Dominic Doom. And it's a short kick, and this one will roll out of bounds.
Kickoff goes out of bounds. The flag's on the play.
And let's see where Coleman Egan will take it. The flag is at the 31, so I think they can take it at the 35 if they want. Yep. 35-yard line, so Coleman Egan will start a few yards back from where they started the first time. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Again, Zach Peterson. Here's the option. Peterson is dumped right away at the line of scrimmage.
Number 5, Zach Peterson on the quarterback keeper.
Look like Al-Shaman Gunter, among others, make the stop. Maybe a loss of a half yard, so 2nd and a long 10 at the Coleman Egan 35-yard line. 8:16 left to go in the first quarter, and already 8-0 Avon in this 9B semifinal. So motion by Mason Wright. Here's a pass to the right, and it's caught by Dolan Billmeyer. Billmeyer gets the first down for Coleman Egan at midfield, so a 15-yard gain and a Hawk first down. Billmeyer, 6 catches, 53 yards. He's rushed for 171 yards on 23 carries. So there is the initial first down for Coleman Egan. They will send 3 wide receivers here to the near side on 1st and 10 from midfield. Pass to the left, and it's complete to Rowdy Bowen, a backup wide receiver. Rowdy will get about 6 yards to the Avon 44-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. Rowdy, a 5'9", 150-pound freshman, has 2 catches for 15 yards. He's rushed 3 times for 65 yards. So Coleman Egan has been able to get some chunk plays. You'll remember after they recovered the Avon muff kickoff, Hayden Pearson went 38 yards, but Coleman Egan couldn't score. Here's the pitch to Pearson. He's got some running room, trying to turn the corner. He fakes out one Pirate and then knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. They will mark him inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. So a 17-yard gain by Pearson off to the right side. And the second first down in this possession for Coleman Egan, trailing 8-0. Already coming up on the midway point of the first quarter. Clock stops because Pearson went out of bounds. So on 1st and 10, handoff to Pearson, and he will run headlong into Jamie Pelton. 31 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 fumble recoveries. The 6'8", 200-pound senior. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10, a long 10 from the Avon 27.
2nd and 11 for the Hawks.
Peterson from the gun. Here's motion. And the handoff to Billmeyer, trying to turn the corner, but he will lose yardage. Great open field tackle by Grayson Ratzlaff from his defensive end spot, or defensive back spot, I should say. 30 tackles, 3 interceptions on the season. A loss of 2 back to the 29. It'll be 3rd down and 12, but of course, this is 4-down territory. 5:28 left to go first quarter. 8-0 Avon. Has a great defensive stand by the Pirates and a 99-yard touchdown scamper by Trenton Sokup is the difference so far. 3rd and 12. Pearson goes into the slot. Peterson to throw, pass to the right, and it's caught up the right sideline, but short of the first down is Rowdy Bowen. Bowen will get the 2 yards loss. They will mark it at the 21-yard line, so an 8-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and about 4 or 5. So the second time that Coleman Egan has gone for it on 4th down. The last time they failed to score inside the 2. Peterson, handoff as it goes to Hayden Pearson. Pearson gets free up the right sideline, and he will score a Coleman Egan touchdown.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson in for a Hawk touchdown.
So Coleman Egan will score their first score with 4:48 left to go in the first quarter on a Pearson touchdown run of 21 yards, and now the 2-point conversion to try to tie it up. Peterson from the gun will pitch it to Pearson. He fumbles the football. It's picked up by Ryder Benke, but the two-point conversion run is no good. With 4:48 left to go in the first quarter, in the 9B semifinals, it's Avon 8, Coleman Egan 6 on Avon Pirates Live.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
This is what matters.
All right, so on Coleman Egan's second possession, a 65-yard drive, Hayden Pearson will carry in from 21 yards out, but the two-point conversion no good, so Avon still has the lead at 8-6 with 4:48 left to go in the first quarter. And for the second time, kicking off for the Hawks will be Clayton Bowman. And for the second time back deep for Avon is Grayson Retzloff and Cale Cooper. Well, Retzloff is the deepest back at the 15-yard line. So Bowman with the advance and is taken by one of the up men at the 30, to the 40, to the 50, still on his feet. He's to the 40 and finally brought down in Coleman Egan territory inside the 35-yard line.
Number 4, Rowdy Bowen. That'll be a Pirate. First and 10.
Weston Bierma, one of the up men, gets a big kickoff return. So Avon will start in Coleman Egan territory at the 34-yard line. Here's the handoff. And not much going, maybe a yard for Trenton Sokup.
Number 30, Trenton Sokup on the carry.
Couple of Hawks come over on the near side to make the stop, so a gain of 1, second and 9.
Tackle. Brings up second and 9 for the Pirates.
So on second and 9 from the 33, Cease will hand off.
Number 3, Cale Cooper on the carry.
To Cale Cooper.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson.
Again, Hayden Pearson from his defensive end spot makes the stop. 45 tackles, 2 sacks, a fumble recovery coming into tonight's game. So a gain of 2, third down and 6 from the Coleman Egan 31 for Avon. And Cease will run it himself, and he will get the first down as he's across the 25 down to the 23-yard line.
From quarterback keeper. And that'll be a Pirate first down.
So the gain to the 23. So a run of 8, and Avon will keep the down markers moving. First and 10 at the 23 of Coleman Egan. Here's the pitch, and trying to get around to the corner, knocked out of bounds, was Sokup. Coming up to make the stop, Ryder Benke from his linebacker spot. Again, 63 tackles and a sack coming into tonight's game. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And 8-6 Avon, who will play St. Mary's in the 9B championship next week. Here is Sokup. And a late flag will come in.
Flag on the play.
Matt Clark, the referee, throwing the flag from the back, and it's holding against Avon. So the clock stops on the penalty with 2:54 left to go first quarter. 8-6 Avon over Coleman Egan. So the holding will be from the line of scrimmage, and it'll be second down and long. The ball marked back to the 30-yard line. So it'll be second down and 18 or 19. And now Avon will send twins to either side. Their first passing formation of the night. High snap. Going back is Cease to get it. And Cease will be sacked for a big loss back to the Coleman Egan 45-yard line. The high snap. And Mason Wright had time to bring Cease down back to the 45. So it'll be third down and just about to Dante for Avon from here with 2:28 left to go in the first quarter. Avon leading 8-6. Again, Avon's got to get to the Coleman Egan 12 for a first down. So third down, and the scoreboard says 33 yards to go. Here's Cease, and he'll pass to the right, but not much doing as the catch was made. Sokup, but bringing him down for a 2-yard loss, Mason Wright, and so Avon will punt it away. Their punter is Dominic Doom. He's only punted 3 times this season for an average of 30 yards. His long is 40. The snapper is either Jacob Ratzlaff or Randall Powers. Colin Billmeyer back deep for Coleman Egan. Great punt. And this one will fly into the end zone for a touchback. It'll come out to the 20-yard line, so about a 23-yard punt net. And Avon will punt it away. Coleman Egan will take it from their own 20-yard line. On the change of possession, clock's at 1:21 left to go in the first quarter, and it's 8-6 in favor of Avon. Peterson with the handoff to Pearson, going to the far side, but a great tackle. An undercut tackle by number 3, Cale Cooper from his defensive back spot. 29 tackles and an interception coming in. And a short gain, let's call it a yard, to the 21. It'll be second down and 9. Well, with under a minute to go first quarter, maybe one more play in this fast-moving first quarter. And now a stoppage of play.
45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Timeout, Avon. So let's take a short break with 45 seconds to go first quarter in the South Dakota Class 9B semifinals. It's Avon 8, Coleman Egan 6. Short break on Avon Pirates Live.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota.
All right. So Avon takes the first time out of the first half with just 45 seconds left to go first quarter. And it's 8-6 Avon. Again, the top seed, St. Mary's from Del Rapids, in an afternoon game for the third straight week up in Del Rapids, beats number 5 Fulton area 22-16. And if I dare say, that might be the closest game that St. Mary's has played all season. I did have St. Mary's against Centerville in Centerville, and St. Mary's won that game 29-21. But St. Mary's going to the Dome. And who will it be between Avon and Coleman Egan? 2nd and 9 for the Hawks from their own 21. And here's a run by Zach Peterson. Peterson with a first down and more on the far sideline as he will get to the 38-yard line, a 17-yard gain, and a Coleman Egan first down. Clock stops. As Peterson got out of bounds on that far sideline. So coming out here to the near side is Dolan Billmeyer and a wide receiver to the right. And the handoff to Pearson. Pearson running hard will get to the 45-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3. And I would think with 20 seconds left to go in the quarter, Coleman Egan can just let the clock run out, and the first quarter will be done in a low-scoring affair so far. And Coleman Egan averaging 32 points a game. Avon averaging almost 52 themselves. And that's the end of the first quarter from the Pirate Sports Complex in Avon in the South Dakota Class 9B semifinals. After one quarter, it's Avon 8 and Coleman Egan 6. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Avon Pirates Live.
Sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options.
And back in Avon with our live ticket TV crew of Hoyt, John, Ella, and Hope, Joe Van Gore, at the Pirate Sports Complex in Avon in the South Dakota 9B semifinals. A good one so far. Avon 8, Coleman Egan 6. As we start the second quarter, the Hawks will have a 2nd and 3 on the near side hash at their own 45-yard line. Again, Avon with a 4-down stop inside their own 2 after Coleman Egan recovered the opening kickoff. Here's Pearson right to midfield as he was tripped up from behind, but he will have a first down. He needed 3. He got 5, and the Hawks have it right smack dab in the middle with a 1st and 10 at the 50. Coming up in halftime, we'll give you the first half scoring summary and the drive summary, and then we'll go to all 7 classes for semifinal scores. Again, St. Mary's of Del Rapids is going to the Dome against one of these two teams with a 22-16 win over Fulton area this afternoon. Here is Peterson with a pass, and it's caught by Billmeyer, but he's immediately dumped. Grayson Ratzlaff from his defensive end spot will make the stop, but they will give him a good spot, forward progress inside the Avon 46. So let's call it a 5-yard gain to the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Yeah, both these teams love to run the football, but they can sure feature the passing game, and quite successfully. So on the near side hash, 2nd and 5, trip set to the near side here for Coleman Egan. Peterson with a handoff to Pearson, and Pearson with maybe a yard to the 44-yard line. Weston Bierma from his linebacker spot will make the stop. So 3rd down and 4 for Coleman Egan at the Avon 44. And it's just like Coach Lucas said in our pregame show, when it comes to the playoffs, especially in the semifinal round, you got to play a 4-quarter game. And certainly Coleman Egan, who lost to these same Pirates 38-0 back on August 22nd, have come to play tonight. Hand off to Pearson. He breaks free and has a first down and more before finally being brought down by Grayson Ratzlaff, and the gain inside the 40 to the 36-yard line for an 8-yard gain and another Coleman Egan first down. 9:50 left to go before halftime. This is only the third possession for Coleman Egan. So 2 receivers to the far side, 1 here to the near side, which is Rowdy Bowen on 1st and 10 from the Avon 37. Here's the handoff to Pearson, and Pearson gets near the 30-yard line before he's brought down by Grayson Ratzlaff.
Number 4, Rowdy Bowen on the carry. Brought down by number 2, Grayson Ratzlaff. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Hawks.
So the gain to the 31, 2nd down along 5. As Zach Peterson is in great shape because he goes to the Coleman Egan sideline to get the play. So a trip set to the near side on 2nd and 5 from the Avon 31. High snap. Peterson has to keep it, and he will be sacked for a loss. Sacked for a loss back to the 35-yard line. You could name about 3 Pirates that time. Jamie Pelton, Randall Powers was there. So the loss of 4 back to the 35, which will bring up 3rd down and 9. So the Hawks break their huddle. They'll send Twins to the near side. On 3rd down and 9. And back to throw is Peterson. Pass to the left, and it is incomplete. Knocked out of the hands, I believe. Yeah, the intended receiver, Ryder Benke, and an Avon defender. Benke had it, but an Avon defender just plain knocked it away from him on the far sideline. So now it's 4th and 9, and the Coleman Egan offense stays on the field. This is the 3rd time in this first half they've gone on 4th down. So on 4th down and 9 from the Avon 35, Peterson with a rollout to the near side. He's looking long, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Logan Claflin. 85 yards receiving, and he had somebody right in his face that time. I believe K.O. Cooper was the defender. So for the second time, Coleman Egan will turn it over on downs, and Avon will start their 3rd possession, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, leading 8-6. 7:35 left to go before halftime. So the Pirates, in this formation, unless they go to a passing formation, it doesn't change all that much. And not much room for Trenton Sokup, maybe a yard before Thomas Lohr, the nose guard. 72 tackles, 3 sacks, and a fumble recovery from his nose guard position keeps Trenton Sokup, who has gained a bunch of yards, to only 1. It's 2nd down and 9. And the handoff, and for a loss on the play, K.O. Cooper will lose yardage. Pearson on the tackle, had help from a couple of his teammates. So a gain, or a loss I should say, of 3, 3rd and 12 for Avon between the Pirate 33 and 34-yard line. As we're almost halfway through the second quarter in about 20 seconds. So Easton Cease with a play action fake, a rollout, and a catch, but it doesn't go far. Catch was made, Al-Shaman Gunter, but a great defensive play by Bill Meyer, and it'll bring up 4th and 9, and Avon forced the punt for the second time. So Bill Meyer, who made the tackle on Gunter, is back deep for the Hawks, backing up to his own 30-yard line. So good snap. And is it a fake? Nope. He will rugby-style kick it. And it'll take an Avon roll inside the 40 and be down at the 37-yard line. But, folks, the punter, Dominic Doom, comes up a little shaken up. But he appears to be all right as he comes off.
First and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan at their own 37-yard line, trailing 8-6. 5:34 left to go first half. This game is just flying by. Avon scored first, and then on the very next possession, Coleman Egan did, but missed the 2-point conversion. Peterson with the option. And a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Avon.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by number 7, Al-Shaman Gunter.
Al-Shaman Gunter will recover this fumble, as it looked like Peterson got bumped by his own man and tried to get it to Pearson, but the ball was fumbled, and the fumble recovered by Gunter is recovered at the Coleman Egan 23-yard line. So the first fumble of the game, or the first turnover of the game, is Coleman Egan, 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the Coleman Egan 23. Here goes Trenton Sokup. Sokup right up the middle. He is brought down.
Trenton Sokup on the carry. Brought down by number 18.
Ryder Benke from his linebacker spot, credited with the stop. So a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Avon from inside the red zone for the first time tonight. You'll remember that Sokup, after Avon stopped Coleman Egan on downs, went 99 yards to the house. So Avon in the red zone for the first time. And here's the handoff to Cooper. Cooper will get to the 21-yard line. Brought down by number 21, Thomas Lohr. 6'2", 285, and a senior. Again, leading the Hawks in tackles with 72. 3 sacks coming in and a fumble recovery. So 3rd down and about 2 for the Pirates at the Coleman Egan 21. Cease under center. Cease will pitch it to Sokup, and he'll have the first down. Knocked out of bounds inside the 15.
Number 30,
and he will get to the 12-yard line. Benke makes the stop for Coleman Egan. So sorry, folks, we were 5 yards behind. 1st and 10 for Avon at the Coleman Egan 12, looking to extend their lead with 4:06 left in the half, leading Coleman Egan 8-6. Cease will keep it, and he's tackled from behind. And coming up from behind was Mason Wright, 34 tackles and a fumble recovery coming in. So maybe a 2-yard gain to the 10, and it appears we have a flag. Yep. Matt Clark talking to another referee. Matt says personal foul against Coleman Egan. And that will mean a first and goal at the 5. So it's the half the distance penalty from the 10 to the 5. And Avon with a fresh set of downs, first and goal at the Coleman Egan 5, 3:55 left to go in the half. Coleman Egan will get the ball to start the third quarter. But Avon is using up some time. Again, a short field for Avon, first and goal, Pirates. Handoff inside. And as they unpile everybody, it was Trayvon Talsma, 56 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
First and goal for the Pirates.
Oh, wait a second. So that wasn't first and goal. The ball now at the 3-yard line. Now it's a first and goal. I thought that personal foul would be half the distance and it would be a first down or a first and goal. Here's the handoff to Sokup, who fumbles, but I think he got back on it. And with that, he will lose a couple yards back to the 4-yard line. So Sokup fumbled as soon as he got the ball from Cease, but managed to recover, lost a couple. So the ball marked at the 4 for a second and goal. Here's the pitch. And cutting inside and getting into the end zone is Cale Cooper. Cale Cooper with his 13th rushing touchdown. So a touchdown Avon with just 2:09 left to go in the first half, as Cooper with a 4-yard run. That is his 13th touchdown run to match Trenton Sokup, and the Pirates going for 2. It's now 14-6. And the handoff, and in for the 2-point conversion as soon as he stands up.
Extra points, good. With 2:09 left in the first half, Pirates 16.
I think it was Lance Odens that scored the 2-point conversion. So with 2:09 left to go first half, it's now Avon 16 and Coleman Egan 6 in the 9B semifinals on Avon Pirates Live.
Protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
So after the Coleman Egan fumble, a short field for Avon, a 23-yard drive culminating in a Cale Cooper 3-yard run, and Avon trying a onside kick by Dominic Doom that was caught in the air by Al-Shaman Gunter, but it didn't go the necessary 10 yards. It'll be marked at the Avon 47. And Coleman Egan has all 3 of their timeouts left. So 2:09 left in the half. Coleman Egan down 2 scores now at 16-6. Peterson looking to the near side, and a catch made by Logan Claflin. Claflin will go from the far near side toward the middle and get about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2, and now Coleman Egan will take the first of their 3 timeouts. With 1:56 left to go in the half, Avon 16, Coleman Egan 6 in the 9B semifinals. Back after this short break on Avon Pirates Live.
In Avon, gas up and fill yourself up at A1 Gas & Go. They're locally family owned. They're friendly and convenient, and they have daily specials. The grill is open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., so they serve breakfast. You can dine in or take it to go. And all of your snack needs are there, including candy, chips, and soda. Open Monday through Saturday. A1 Gas & Go.
All right, Coleman Egan using the first of their 3 timeouts late in the first half, trailing 16-6 to Avon in the 9B semifinals. 1:56 left to go in the half. But again, the Hawks will get the ball to start the third quarter.
And happy birthday to Mrs. Ashley Cheehawk.
All right, Zach Peterson, the 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. 355 yards passing, 465 yards rushing. And a flag comes in from Matt Clark from the back. So we can hear Matt from here. He says illegal snap. So 5 yards back to the Avon 45, where it'll be 2nd down and 7. So this time the trip set will go to the far side. Pearson up to a slot. Here's a pass to the left, and it's complete to Rowdy Bowen, and Bowen is going to lose yardage back to midfield. Couple of Pirates converge on him for the loss. Back to the, well, they'll mark it at the 49, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Peterson to throw, pass to the left, too high on that far sideline for Dolan Billmeyer, and it's 4th down. And the clock stops with 1:29 left in the half, with Avon leading 16-6. The punter is Ryder Benke. The snapper is Rowdy Bowen. But Coleman Egan going for it on 4th and 11. They did have a 2nd and 7 in Avon territory. Here's a pass to the left, and it's caught. And going for a 1st down and more is Ryder Benke. Ryder Benke turns a 4th and 11 into a 1st and 10 inside the Avon 30 at the 28-yard line. So a 21-yard gain on 4th and 11. As soon as the sticks are set, now a Coleman Egan timeout, their 2nd of the half. So another quick timeout with 1:20 left to go in the first half in the 9B semifinals. Avon 16, Coleman Egan 6 on Avon Pirates Live.
Avon, a proud sponsor of all local and surrounding communities' youth sports and activities.
It's a particular kind of joy when people come together. There's really nothing like it. And isn't it amazing, in that magic moment, how all the distance between us, all the obstacles, just disappear? Wherever, whenever, however. Connecting you to what matters most.
All right, a big 4th down conversion. It seems like Coleman Egan has gone for 10 4th down conversions. But they do convert on 4th and 11 from their the Avon 49. They have a 1st and 10 at the Avon 27. And one more timeout for Coleman Egan left in the half. So just outside the red zone are the Hawks. Peterson back to throw. Peterson steps up in the pocket, and he'll go down.
Quarterback sack by number 7, Alshamon Gunter.
Alshamon Gunter with the sack. Coming in, he had 12, so he'll add one. The loss back to the 25, second down and about 13. Pass to the left and nobody home.
Incomplete. Brings up.
It looked like Dolan Billmeyer was the intended receiver, but he kept running. And Peterson just threw it where he thought Peterson was going to stop, but Peterson kept going, or Billmeyer kept going. And the incompletion stops the clock at 56 seconds left in the half. 16-6 Avon. Third and about 13 from the 25. Peterson with a rollout and a catch. And it'll bring up a fourth down with a catch by Rowdy Bowen. Bowen will get inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be fourth down and 2. And Coleman Egan will take their third and final timeout of the first half. 49 seconds left in the half. It's Avon 16, Coleman Egan 6. Short break on Avon Pirates Live.
Community Bank in Avon is proud to support all local high school teams and athletes.
For over 109 years, Community Bank has been your local choice for deposit services and lending.
We look forward to serving the local area for years to come, just as we look forward to each new season and the opportunity it brings on the playing field.
Good luck to all participants this school year. Community Bank on Main Street in Avon. Member
out of timeouts. They have a 4th and 2 at the Avon 19-yard line, trailing 16-6. So the trip set to the near side. And the pass is complete. Is it a first down? Yes, it is.
Pass complete to number 18.
Billmeyer makes the catch.
First down.
And he needed a couple yards. He got 3 to the 16, so first and 10, Coleman Egan. And Billmeyer managed to get out of bounds on the near sideline. So now 43 seconds left in the half. Avon with a 2-score lead, but Coleman Egan in the red zone. Back to throw Peterson toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Billmeyer. Back defending, among others, was Cale Cooper. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now the clock at 38 seconds left in the half. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Coleman Egan at the Avon 16. So 2 receivers to the far side on 2nd and 10 from the Avon 16. Here's a pass, and it's caught. And out of bounds inside the 5. Mason Wright, the fullback, gets a catch. He has 102 yards rushing, but he'll get a big catch here for a 1st and goal. And let's see, they mark it at the Avon 5. Now with 33 seconds left in the half, again, Coleman Egan with no timeouts. So an 11-yard pass from Peterson to Mason Wright. High snap. Peterson's got to eat it, and he will take a loss back to the 15-yard line.
Second and goal for the Hawks.
Second and goal. And now Peterson will just spike the ball, and because the clock was running down, he'll spike the ball with 15 seconds left to go in the half.
In the first half. It is
But a bad snap over the head of Zach Peterson. And the ball back at the 16-yard line. It'll be third and goal and no timeouts. So definitely enough time to run a couple plays. But Coleman Egan is 11 yards back from where they got their first and goal. Peterson, slant pattern, caught and stopped short of the goal line is Billmeyer. He is at the 5, 3, 2, 1, and he spiked the ball, but it was fourth down. Remember, that play happened on third down, and the half is over. As, well, Coleman Egan spikes it on third down, and then after a gain of 11 to the Avon 5-yard line, they spike it again, but it was on fourth down. The half is over. So an interesting way. They turn it over on downs, does Coleman Egan, and we got a dandy here at the half here at Pirate Sports Complex in Avon. Halftime score, Avon 16 and Coleman Egan with 6. We'll be back with halftime after this timeout here on Avon Pirates Live.
EIC.
Whether it's dusk or dawn, the Farm Mutual Group of South Dakota has you covered. They are your local insurance company that has been around for 140 years. Since 1883, they have been putting their neighbors first and will continue to do so. They carry farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Give Andrew or Ryan a call today at 605-583-4211 to see how they can help you with your insurance needs and go the extra mile to save you money.
Tired of unbearable temperatures in your home? Look no further than Spreckles Heating and Cooling, your trusted small-town solution for all your heating and cooling needs. Locally owned with trained and certified professionals providing quality services including HVAC installation, routine maintenance, and reliable repairs. They pride themselves in offering affordable, fast, and reliable services, so whether it's sweltering heat or freezing cold, trust Spreckles Heating and Cooling to keep your home at the perfect temperature.
Since 1953, generations of family.
Koch Insurance, with offices in T, Yankton, Tyndall, Tabor, and Springfield, or online at KochInsurance.com.
Our clients are like family, greeted with a smile and treated with respect and dignity. This is who we are.
A tradition of personal servants, Koch Insurance.
Juffer Incorporated is a full-service agency specializing in insurance, investments, and real estate since 1998. They serve eastern South Dakota and northeast Nebraska. They work for those buying and selling residential and recreational property, as well as farm and commercial. They provide insurance quotes for your home and auto insurance. They also provide quick quotes for your health, business, group health, life, and most of your other insurance needs. Give Juffer a call today for your insurance, investments, and real estate.
Back at the Pirate Sports Complex in Avon, Joe Van Gore with our live ticket TV crew of Hoyt, John, Ella, and Hope. And at halftime of the second 9B semifinal in the 2025 South Dakota High School football playoffs, it's the Avon Pirates, the number 2 seed, 16, and the number 3 seed, Coleman Egan Hawks, 6. As welcome to halftime on a cold night, well, for this time of year, based on the fall that we had weather-wise. This is probably pretty good considering what might happen over the weekend, especially in east central and northeast South Dakota with a good possibility of snow and wind. But anyway, here's the first half scoring summary. Now, Avon won the toss and wanted the ball first. So Coleman Egan kicked off, but the kick, just like last week against Sioux Falls Lutheran went off an Avon player and was recovered by Coleman Egan. Coleman Egan got a chunk play with Zach Peterson, or handing off to Hayden Pearson. Coleman Egan had the ball 1st and 10 at the Avon 39. Pearson ran off a 38-yard scamper to the 1-yard line, but Coleman Egan could not score 4 times inside the 2-yard line. So Avon took over, 1st and 10 at their own 1, and 99 yards later, Trenton Sokup with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Grayson Ratzloff with a 2-point conversion on that one-play 99-yard drive. Avon led 8-0. But then Coleman Egan would answer on a 65-yard drive. 4:48 left to go first quarter. It was Hayden Pearson with a 21-yard run, but the run for 2 failed on that 65-yard drive. Avon led 8-6 at that time, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter. Only one score in the second quarter, and that's by Avon. After a Coleman Egan fumble, Avon, with a short field, only 23 yards to score from, and it was Cale Cooper with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, a 4-yard run, and it was Lance Odens with the 2-point conversion on that 23-yard drive, and that's where we stand at the half. Avon 16, Coleman Egan 6, but an interesting series for Coleman Egan. They had it 1st and goal at the Avon 5. A snap over the head of quarterback Zach Pearson backed it up to the 16. They had no more timeouts left, so Peterson spiked it on 3rd down to save time, and then a completed pass to the 5-yard line, and Peterson again spiked it on 4th down, essentially giving the ball to Avon, but by that time had run out, and we're at halftime with Avon leading 16-6 over Coleman Egan. So a lost opportunity by the Hawks to score, to possibly come within 2 with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But Avon leads 16-6 at the half. And in the first half drives, again, Coleman Egan recovering an Avon muff kickoff, the Avon 39, turn it over on downs at the Avon 1, and then Avon with that 99-yard touchdown run by Sokup. Then Coleman Egan from their own 35 score a touchdown. Avon, starting at the Coleman Egan 34, got backed up to about midfield and had to punt it away. Then Coleman Egan took over at their own 20. The end of the first quarter was during that drive, and they turned it over on downs. Avon took over at their own 35 and had to punt it away. And then Coleman Egan, starting at their own 37, again fumbled. Avon from 23 yards out scored a touchdown. And then Coleman Egan was stopped at the Avon 5 as they spiked it on 4th down, and time had run out. And again at the half, Avon 16 and Coleman Egan 6 to see who faces St. Mary's of Del Rapids for the 9B championship next week at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. And we'll check those semifinal scores from all 7 classes in South Dakota. Let's take this time out. We'll be back here on Avon Pirates Live.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Commercial State Bank, they are dedicated to meeting the financial needs of their customers in and around the Wagner area by providing high quality and creative financial services through a skilled professional staff. Whether it is online banking, the Commercial State Bank mobile app, or the Next Life loan, they can help in any situation. Stop by.
All right, back in Avon at halftime of the second 9B semifinal. It's Avon with 16, Coleman Egan with 6. One team out of 14 has punched their ticket to the 2025 South Dakota High School Football Championships in Class 9B, and that's St. Mary's from Del Rapids. They held off number 5 seed Fulton area, St. Mary's the number 1 seed, but the Cardinals winning 22-16 to advance to the Dome undefeated. And the winner of this game between Avon and Coleman Egan will take on St. Mary's next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. 9B or 9A semifinals, number 1 Wall having no problem with Phillip, 56-6. 2 minutes left to go in the half, and if that score holds, it'll be a 50-point win for Wall, and the game will be over. But over in Alcester, a big battle going on as Howard and Alcester Hudson are tied at 12 at the half. Again, the winners to the 9A championship in the Dome. In 9AA, Parkston leads Elkton Lake Benton 8-6 at the start of the third quarter. At halftime, Freeman Academy is leading Hamlin 21-12. In the 11B semifinals, Dual giving Elk Point Jefferson all kinds of fits. 19-16 EPJ over Dual and Elk Point at halftime. And St. Thomas More leads Clark Willow Lake 28-14 with under a minute to go in the second quarter. In 11A, Sioux Falls Christian leads West Central 14-0 at halftime. Also at halftime, Del Rapids leads Lennox 12-7. In 11AA, at halftime, Yankton leads Sturgis Brown 28-21. Also at halftime, Pierre leads Huron at the half 14-7. And in 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Lincoln leads Sioux Falls Jefferson by a couple touchdowns, 35-21. 9 minutes to go in that game. And with just a minute to go, it appears Brandon Valley is headed back to the Dome for the 11 AAA championship. They lead Harrisburg 38-14. But here in the other 9B semifinal in Avon, it's Avon 16 and Coleman Egan 6. We'll be back with the third quarter of action. Again, Coleman Egan will get the ball first to start the third quarter. We'll have that coming up here after this break here on Avon Pirates Live on Live Ticket TV.
Call today, and Commercial State Bank is ready to help in Wagner.
Honesty. We try to be honest about everything, and if there's a problem, we try to fix it. We've kept the family name going for 75 years. I think that's something to be very proud of. I'm Mike Weeman from Weeman Land and Auction out of Marion, South Dakota. And my middle name is Earl. I'm named after my grandfather. And being an auctioneer isn't all about how fast you are or how good your chant is. It's how the people appreciate your name and accept your name. He told me that once. So that's a one that I hold pretty close. He'd be proud, I think.
Looking to elevate your team spirit or promote your business? Welcome to Apparel Works in Wagner. We specialize in high-quality screen printing, embroidery, banners, and promotional items tailored just for you. Whether you're a booster club, sports team, business, or organization, our custom apparel is perfect for those looking to make an impact. Experience our commitment to great customer service and high-quality products that leave a lasting impression. Apparel Works, bringing your ideas to life.
All right, coming up on the start of the third quarter, again, Avon, the number 2 seed, leading the number 3 seed, Coleman Egan Hawks, 16-6. Avon with their touchdowns on a Trenton Sokup 99-yard touchdown run after Avon stopped Coleman Egan after the opening kickoff that Avon fumbled that. Coleman Egan couldn't score on 4 plays from inside the 2. And the other touchdown, Cale Cooper with a 4-yard run with about 2 minutes left to go in the half, and Avon with both their 2-point conversions. But Hayden Pearson scores a touchdown after the 99-yard run by Sokup of Avon. Pearson of Coleman Egan, a 21-yard touchdown run, but the run for 2 failed. And at the half, heading into the third, 16-8 in favor, or 16-6, I should say, in favor of Avon. Certainly would like to thank Athletic Director Brad Poppy for having us over for a second straight week. We had the live ticket game with Sioux Falls Lutheran, and that was a very competitive game in the first half, but Avon turned up the defense and scored, I believe, 4 times inside the Sioux Falls Lutheran 35-yard line. So Avon will be kicking off. Dominic Doom to kick it off. And back deep for the Hawks, Logan Claflin and Dolan Billmeyer. And now the Hawks come on the field. Well, Dolan Billmeyer is the lone one back for Coleman Egan. And the kickoff is short. It was bobbled, but recovered at the 40-yard line. So to start the second half, Coleman Egan will have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Again, the worst field position for both these teams to start a drive. Avon at their own 1 after they stopped Coleman Egan on 4 downs after the muff kickoff returned by Avon. So the handoff will go to Hayden Pearson, and Pearson a 1st down and more as he will get to midfield to the Avon 49-yard line. So an 11-yard scamper right up the gut, and Coleman Egan with a 1st and 10 at the Avon 49-yard line. Again, trailing by 10, just starting the third quarter. And, of course, big thanks to our Avon and regional sponsors for bringing you Pirate football. The Pirates trying to get back to the Dome. As the handoff to Pearson, and he's in the open again. He's at the 30 and down to the Avon 27-yard line for a 18-yard scamper. No, correction. Bad Yankton High School math. A 23-yard gain and a Coleman Egan 1st down. So Coach Chad Williamson team coming out with some fire with a couple chunk plays by Hayden Pearson. And now the Hawks will have a trip set to the near side on 1st and 10. High snap. Handoff to Pearson, who slips tackles. He's still on his feet. He is inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line, a 13-yard gain. So Coleman Egan starting at their own 40 after recovering a short kickoff. Chunk plays by Hayden Pearson. Again, 1,426 yards coming in. He's got to be getting close to 1,500 on these runs here So 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan at the Avon 14-yard line. Handoff to Pearson again, and look at him go. He's inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson on the carry. Number 27, Braylon Fecky on the tackle. Brings up
Braylon Fecky with the stop for Avon, but Coleman Egan on a drive. It's
Please turn your headlights off.
2nd down and a long 4 from the Avon 8. Here's motion. Hand off to Pearson. And Pearson trying to turn the corner.
Number 11, Hayden.
Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown. Coleman Egan, just like that, on their first drive of the 3rd quarter, and that didn't take long. Only 2.5 minutes off the clock, and Pearson with an 8-yard run. Again, Pearson had a 21-yard run with 4:48 left to go first quarter, but the run for 2 failed. So this 2-point conversion to try to bring the Hawks to within 2. It's 16-12 right now. Handoff to Pearson. Pearson into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So a 60-yard drive that only covered 2.5 minutes, and Coleman Egan within 2 of Avon, 16-14. We'll be back with the Coleman Egan kickoff after this on Avon Pirates Live.
Check out Iverson Auto in Mitchell or Huron for great deals and top-notch service. Iverson Auto has it all, from the knowledgeable sales and finance teams to the experienced parts and service teams, plus the best detail shop in the region. Iverson Auto, 77-plus years in our community, locally owned and operated. We've always been here and always will be. Stop in for your next new or used ride, or use one of our professional services at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron, or browse our inventory online anytime at iversonauto.com.
So Coleman Egan with the ball first here in the 3rd quarter. Go down the field. 60-yard drive like a hot knife through butter, which kind of sounds good on a 34-degree night. But Hayden Pearson doing all of the work. Like we said, coming in with 1,426 yards. Sorry, we're not keeping stats since we're by herself, but he's got to be over 1,500 yards for the season. And we had no idea how many touchdowns he scored, but he has scored 2 for Coleman Egan. And now the kickoff by Clayton Bowman. And back deep is Cooper. Short kick that's recovered at the 45-yard line of Avon. So Avon now with the ball here. Their first drive of the second half with 9:28 left in the quarter. And the Avon lead cut to 16-14. That wishbone set in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Trayvon Talsma, and Talsma, no gain on the play.
Trayvon Talsma on the carry. Brought down by number 31, Weston Pearson.
Weston Pearson, a backup defensive lineman, makes the stop, and it's 2nd and 10. Coming in with a play, or Easton Cease goes to the sideline to get the play from Coach Lucas. So 2nd and 10, Avon at their own 45. And a run for a first down.
Pass complete to number 61, Trayvon Talsma. Number 34, Ryder Benke on the tackle.
Trayvon Talsma, after a fake in the line that faked the announcer by Easton Cease, but it is a first down in Coleman Egan territory at the 43, so a 12-yard gain and an Avon first down. Now, Avon wants to use a little ball control on this drive, and they convert on 2nd and 10. Play action fake. Cease will run with it to the near sideline, gets to the 40, 35, 30, 25, and knocked out of bounds inside the 25. They will mark him at the 25-yard line. So an 18-yard gain and an Avon first down. Trenton Sokup, really after that 99-yard run on Avon's first touchdown, haven't seen him much with the ball, but, you know, of course, Coleman Egan really keying on him. But that's opened up opportunities for the other Avon runners. And now, handoff to Sokup, and he fumbles the football. He fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Hayden Pearson. So the second turnover by Avon, as Sokup, we have seen, has had some trouble hanging on to the football. And the fumble recovery at the 29-yard line. So Avon, with a nice drive going, fumbles it away, and Coleman Egan will take over. 1st and 10 at the 30. But here is Pearson on the carry, and he is dumped for a loss of a yard back to the 28. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Dominic Doom, 36 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. Credited with the stop for Avon. 7:43 left to go, third quarter. 16-14, Avon over Coleman Egan. Again, St. Mary's waiting the winner of this game next week in the Dome in the 9B championship. Handoff to Pearson. Pearson, just really tough to bring down. He gets to the 35-yard line, so a gain of 7. That will bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
For the Hawks.
So 3rd down and 4, Coleman Egan. They'll send Twins to the far sideline. Rowdy Bowen is the single wide receiver here to the near side. Peterson to throw, catch to Bowen. He's at the 40, 45, and out of bounds. Coleman Egan first down at the 46-yard line, an 11-yard gain, and another Hawk first down with 6:40 left to go in the third quarter. So we're almost halfway through the third already. And Coleman Egan trying to take advantage of an Avon turnover. You'll remember that Avon scored a touchdown after the first Coleman Egan turnover of the game. Peterson, handoff to Pearson. Pearson taking a few Pirates for a ride, and his forward progress is stopped at midfield after a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Stopped by multiple Pirates. Brings up 2nd.
Al-Shaman Gunter was among the 3 Pirates leading the charge to try to slow down Pearson. But Pearson getting good chunks of yardage. And now 5 seconds to the halfway mark of the third quarter. And there's 6 minutes left in the quarter right there. 2nd and about 6. Peterson to throw, near sideline, caught and knocked out of bounds was Dolan Billmeyer. Again, Billmeyer, 171 yards rushing, 53 receiving yards coming in. He's got a 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan at the Avon 40. Clock stops as Billmeyer got out of bounds. So here come the Hawks with Twins to the far sideline. Again, Rowdy Bowen to the near sideline. High snap, Handoff to Pearson, and the Pirates were waiting.
Number 11.
Led by Jamie Pelton. Pearson maybe gets a yard to the 39, where it'll be 2nd and 9. Again, these two teams met back on August 22nd here in Avon, and Avon won handily 38-0. But as you know, folks, if you've been watching playoff football, especially here in South Dakota for as long as I have, things get very different the second time around. Peterson, quick pass, and it's incomplete to Bowen.
Pass incomplete.
And there were some Pirates in the area there, so maybe fortunate that Bowen couldn't come up with the catch because there were a couple Pirates bearing down on him. So the incompletion brings up a 3rd and 9, the Avon 39 for the Hawks. Clock stops on the incompletion with 5:01 left in the third. 16-14 Avon. So 3 receivers to the far side, and the handoff inside to Pearson. Pearson will fight to inside the 35 to the 34. One of the Pirates a little slow getting up.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson on the carry.
And now at a timeout.
10, Weston Bierma.
Weston Bierma was shaken up on the play. But the gain by Pearson to the 33-yard line. 4th down and a long 3. And it seems like Coleman Egan's been going for it on 4th down a lot tonight. Here's a pass, and it's caught. It's caught by Logan Claflin. Maybe his second catch of the night, but he keeps the down markers moving for Coleman Egan with a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
That'll be enough for a Hawk. 1st down.
4:17 left to go in the quarter. 16-14 Avon. Coleman Egan, after the Avon fumble, has taken this from their own 29 to the Avon 27. High snap again, handoff Pearson. Pearson just shedding tacklers like you wouldn't believe. And another 1st down for Pearson and the Hawks. Like we said, Hayden Pearson, 6 foot, 185 and a senior. Tell you what, Avon's having trouble bringing him down, and Pearson and the Hawks have a 1st and 10 inside the 15 at the 12-yard line. So here comes a trip set to the near side. But I'll bet I know where the ball is going. There's Pearson. Pearson will get inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Brought down by a couple Pirates, but not before a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 8 or the 7. So Coleman Egan looking for their first lead of the game, trying to take advantage of an Avon fumble. They've taken this from their own 29. So 2nd and 5 at the 7. Handoff to Pearson. And Pearson will get a couple tough yards to the 5, where it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Randall Powers and Braden Fetke credited with the stop. Clock continues to run. So 3rd down and about 4 at the 5. Handoff Pearson. He will walk into the end zone for a Coleman Egan touchdown. So Coleman Egan with points off turnovers. 2:09 left to go in the third. Pearson with his third touchdown run of the night, this time from 7 yards out. And Coleman Egan has their first lead of the game at 20-16 with 2:09 left to go in the third. They will go for two to try to extend the lead to 6. And I'll bet you who will try to run for this. No, a pass to the right, and it's incomplete. And the pass was intended on the two-point conversion for Bill Meyer, but the pass for two failed. That is the second two-point conversion that Coleman Egan has failed to score. So the lead is 4, but the first lead of the night for Coleman Egan. Coleman Egan 20, Avon 16 in the 9B semifinals. 2:09 left in the third here on Avon Pirates Live.
If you're ready to partner with a local ag business that puts you and your operation first, offering big city technology and a small town feel, reach out to Kaler Agri-Services. We're people helping people, and we always will be.
I still believe that a handshake is the way to do business, and I firmly believe that you do what you say and you say what you do. I think that the future's bright at Kaler Agri-Services.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned?
Well, after a Avon fumble, a 71-yard drive, a big steady one by Coleman Egan, and Hayden Pearson with his third touchdown run, second of the quarter. And with the missed two-point conversion, 20-16, Coleman Egan. 2:09 left to go in the third. Clayton Bowman to kick it off. And it's on the ground, picked up by one of the up men at the 35. Runs into his own man at the 40, but manages to fall forward to the 43-yard line. Weston Bierma will pick it up. And Avon will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Trailing for the first time here tonight. Again, these two teams met on August 22nd. Avon with an easy 38-0 win, but things a little bit different tonight. Here's the handoff, and getting into the open is Avon, and running is Cale Cooper. He will score an Avon touchdown. Cale Cooper with his second touchdown run. So lightning strikes from 57 yards out, and Avon takes back the lead with 1:50 left to go in the third. Cooper with his second touchdown run, this time a 57-yard run. So a one-play, 57-yard drive. And Cooper with his 14th rushing touchdown of the season to make it 22-20. Avon going for two. And the handoff, I believe. No, the fake in the line and the pass incomplete. The fake in the line was to Sokup, but the pass fails for two. But Avon takes back the lead. It's now Avon with 22, Coleman Egan with 20. So the margin of error, not that much now with 1:50 left to go in the third here on Avon Pirates Live.
Operated. Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
So after a steady drive by Coleman Egan, resulting in their first lead of the game at 20-16, Cale Cooper scores from 57 yards out on the first play from scrimmage for Avon in this possession, but the pass for two failed. Avon 22, Coleman Egan 20.
Back to receive for the Hawks, number 18, Gowan Billmeyer.
With 1:50 left to go in the half. Dominic Doom to kick off. He'll kick a high one. And Billmeyer from the 20 past the 30 and up to the 36-yard line. Al Shimon Gunter with the stop.
On the kickoff return. Brought down by number 7, Al Shimon Gunter.
So 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan
1st and 10
at the 37.
from the 36-yard line.
Like we said, the kickoffs for either team haven't really been that deep. And both teams with, for the most part, some pretty decent starting field position. Here's the handoff to guess who? Hayden Pearson. And Pearson surrounded.
Number 8, Jamie Pelton, and number 81, Dominic Doom. Brings up 2nd and
Dominic Doom.
for the Hawks.
Jamie Pelton. Couple more Pirates. A short gain. A gain of 1 to the 37. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Time running out here in the 3rd quarter. So on 2nd and 9 from the 37. Here is Peterson running. He's got a 1st down and more on the near sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Number 5, Zach.
So an 11-yard gain and a Coleman Egan 1st down. Clock stops with the runner out of bounds with 58 seconds left in the 3rd. 22-20 Avon. So Zach Peterson getting a workout, going to the sideline to get the play from Coach Chad Williamson. 1st and 10. Coleman Egan at their own 48. Peterson. Sideline pass knocked down.
Deflected by number 8, Jamie Pelton.
And I think it was Randall Powers that got the hand on it. So the incompletion will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Coleman Egan from their own 48. Now 54 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bowen will go to the far side. 2 receivers here to the near side on 2nd and 10. Handoff to Pearson, and Pearson maybe a yard or 2 before he's thrown back.
Number 11, Hayden Pearson on the carry.
I think the Pirate defense is getting tired of Hayden Peterson running roughshod over him. And a gain of 1 to the 49. It'll be 3rd down and 9. 34 seconds left in the 3rd. Both teams have their complement of timeouts here. So now under 25 seconds to go in the quarter. So barring a defensive penalty, this may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 9. Coleman Egan at their own 49. Peterson to throw. Peterson going to the other side, and it's almost picked off. Reading that well for Avon, I believe was Fetke, who has 4 interceptions on the season. Now the clock stops. With 4 seconds left to go. And Coleman Egan will go for it on 4th and 9. So Twins to the far side. Pearson goes up as a slot back. Peterson to throw, being rushed, looking long for Bowen, and it's incomplete. That ends the 3rd quarter, and Avon will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the Coleman Egan 49-yard line. So after 3, it's Avon with 22, Coleman Egan with 20. Don't go away, folks. The final 12 minutes to Vermilion comes up after this on Avon Pirates Live.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is
come out and support that group there. On Monday, the middle school
playing right. If you're looking
concert, 7 o'clock start time. If you're looking for something to do, there's plenty to do. But today is Friday. You don't have to get up and go to school tomorrow.
Okay, 12 more minutes to Vermilion and the Dakota Dome for the 9B championship for one of these teams. Avon 22, Coleman Egan with 20. Avon, after taking over on downs, hands it off to Cale Cooper, and Cooper gets stuffed for a loss to the Avon 49-yard line, where it'll be second down and 12.
Lost the yards on the play, brings up second and 12 for the Pirates.
So, on second and 12, here's a pass from Easton Cease back into Coleman Egan territory to Weston Bierma. Bierma, 147 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Passing, he's passed for 77 yards for a touchdown and an interception. So he will get to the Coleman Egan 42 on a gain of 9. It'll be third down and 3 and a first down and more, and refusing to go down is Bierma. Bierma will get a Avon first down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Avon with 2 turnovers. They muffed the opening kickoff for the second straight week, but Coleman Egan failed to score, and then each team with a fumble after that. Easton Cease, I'm not sure who he's looking for, but he almost threw it right into the hands of 2 Coleman Egan Hawk defenders. It'll be second and 10. Clock stops with 10:15 left to go, 22-20 Avon. On second down, handoff will go to Trenton Sokup. And I tell you what, Coleman Egan has certainly keyed on the senior running back. Again, the leading rusher for Avon coming in, 744 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns. But he doesn't, he's got that 99-yard run, and that's just about it. 9:45 to go. Third down and 8 at the Coleman Egan 31. Here's the hand up off the middle, and losing his balance, I believe, was Sokup.
Number 30, Trenton Sokup on the carry.
Yep. He will get to just inside the 30 for a fourth down and a short 1. Now, Avon on fourth down has converted 12 for a 52% percentage. On third down coming in, they converted 22 third downs for a 44%. But here is a big fourth down inside the Coleman Egan 30. Easton Cease will hand it off in a first down Avon. has the carry, Weston Bierma. Bierma should have a first down, and he does, but not by much. He needed a short yard. He got a short 2 yards. 1st and 10 Avon. They keep the down markers moving as they're inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Hand off to Sokup again, but he will run into number 21, Thomas Lohr, 6'2", 285, and a senior, leading the Hawks in tackles with 72 coming in, 3 sacks, and a fumble recovery.
7 for the Pirates at the 19-yard line.
It was Trenton Sokup's fumble in the 3rd quarter that set up one of 2 Coleman Egan touchdowns, but Avon managed to score with 1:50 left to go on a Cale Cooper 57-yard run to take back the lead, but the pass for 2 failed. Here's the pitch, and getting inside the 20.
Number 30, Trenton Sokup on the carry.
Trenton Sokup.
19, Dolan Billmeyer on the tackle.
And to the 19, and now Matt Clark stops play.
Brings up 3rd.
Appears one of the Hawks was shaken up, and coming out, Dolan Billmeyer. So there goes Joe Cease over to the Coleman Egan sideline to check on Dolan Billmeyer. 3rd down and 7 for Avon from the Coleman Egan 19. Here's the pitch to Cooper. Cooper running wild. He is going to be shy of the first down as he will get to the 14-yard line, so about a 5-yard gain. But now another 4th down facing Avon to keep the drive alive with 7:05 left to go in a tight 22-20 Avon lead over Coleman Egan. Again, the winner to meet St. Mary's of Del Rapids in the 9B championship next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. And like we've had in past years, we'll have some PA duties there in the Dome. So on 4th down and short, a timeout wanted by Avon. So Avon will take a timeout with 6:37 to go, leading Coleman Egan 22-20. They'll have a 4th down and 2 from inside the 15-yard line when we come back here on Avon Pirates Live.
For an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
The innocence of youth.
All right, timeout Avon. They've got 2 left. Coleman Egan with their complement of 3. Almost halfway through the 4th quarter, 6:37 to be exact. Avon with a 22-20 lead over Coleman Egan. Again, Coleman Egan has missed 2 two-point conversions. Avon has missed 1. Avon led 8-6 after 1 quarter, 16-6 at halftime. Coleman Egan had their first lead at 20-16, but then Avon answered to lead 22-20 after 3, and that's where we're at right now, almost halfway through the 4th quarter. Again, Avon going for it on 4th down. Again, 52% on 4th down conversions coming into tonight, converting 12. So here come the Pirates, 4th and 2. Here's the handoff to Cooper, trying to bounce to the outside. He does, and he has a first down as he's wrestled down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. So Cale Cooper, who has 2 touchdown runs of 4 and 57 yards, gets a first and goal for Avon. And coming up on 6 minutes to go, first and goal at the 7.
First and goal for Pirates.
Pirates on the far side hash. Handoff goes inside to Weston Bierma. Did he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown. Touchdown, Avon.
Number 10, Weston Bierma.
Weston Bierma with the touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And that comes with 5:58 to go as Bierma with a 7-yard run. And that is touchdown number 5 for Bierma on the season. And here come the Pirates going for 2. And a 2-point conversion.
5:58 left in the ballgame. Pirates 30.
So the 2-point conversion on the pass makes it 30-20 Avon, a 2-score lead now with 5:58 to go. Back with the Avon kickoff after this for Avon Pirates Live.
Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, after Coleman Egan turned it over on downs, Avon goes on a 49-yard drive. Weston Bierma with his 5th touchdown run. As he went from 7 yards out, the pass for 2 makes it Avon 30, Coleman Egan 20. Just 5:58 left to go, so you can fully expect a hurry-up mode by Coleman Egan, who has really come to play tonight after losing to this team here in Avon, 38-0 back on August 22nd, when maybe it was a little hot and humid and the corn was tall and green. Doom with the kickoff on the ground, picked up by one of the up men at the 30 and gets to the 36-yard line. With the return, Logan Claflin. So 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan at their own 37-yard line. They have all 3 of their timeouts, but now they're down 2 scores, 10 points, 30-20, 5:51 to go. So 1st and 10, and a throw, and a catch made out of bounds to Rowdy Bowen, a backup wide receiver to Logan Claflin. They are both freshmen. Bowen, 5'9", 150 and a freshman. Claflin is 5'10", 160 and a freshman. Bowen with 2 catches, 15 yards coming in. Claflin coming in, 7 catches for 85 yards. But a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for Coleman Egan at their own 41. Peterson with a pass to the right side, and it's short. McLaughlin was the intended receiver on that far sideline at midfield. Cale McLaughlin, 5'11", 150 sophomore. a backup receiver. So it's third down. And about 6. Clock stops on the incompletion. 5:41 to go. 30-20, Avon. From the gun, Peterson with a pass to the right, and it's incomplete to Bowen at the 46-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down, but you know Coleman Egan's got to go for it. Down 2 scorers with 5:36 to go. It's 30-20. But give credit to these Coleman Egan Hawks. They were certainly game tonight. Roll out by Peterson, and it is incomplete. Trying to trap it on the ground was Claflin at the first down marker, but Avon will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the Coleman Egan 41. Second straight time, they've turned it over on down, so Avon will start at the Coleman Egan 41. They started at the Coleman Egan 49 the last time when they scored. Easton Cease under center. And the handoff inside for maybe 3 yards to the 38. Weston Bierma getting the load here in the second half. He scored his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And now Avon can take some time off the clock, coming up on 5 minutes to go. And the Pirates are 5 minutes away from facing St. Mary's in the 9B championship next Thursday in Vermillion. Yep, Easton Cease taking a look at the back official with the count. And Trenton Sokup with the carry. And Sokup has found the going tough here. Coleman Egan really keying on him, but that's opened up opportunities for K.O. Cooper and for Weston Bierma. So a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Avon at the Coleman Egan 37, coming up on 4 minutes to go, and a 10-point lead for the Pirates. Hand off to Cooper. Cooper, tough yards to the 35, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that will give a timeout now for Coleman Egan, their first of this half. 3:57 to go. It's 30-20 Avon over Coleman Egan in the 9B semifinals on Avon Pirates Live.
Fort Randall Federal Credit Union is here for you across Southeast and Central South Dakota. As a member of your credit union, you can take advantage of many ways to manage your money. They offer many different accounts to help suit your needs with your savings. Nobody likes wasting money on high interest rates, and neither do they. At Fort Randall FCU, they have all types of loans available to help you manage your finances. With locations in Wagner and Platte, Fort Randall FCU is ready for any needs you may have.
The live ticket crew of John Hoyt, Hope and Ella, Joe Van Gore, as Coleman Egan takes the first of their 3 timeouts here in the second half, trailing 30-20, 3:57 to go. Avon has a 4th and 4 just inside the Coleman Egan 35-yard line.
Coming out of the timeout, it is 4th and 4 for the Pirates.
So Easton Cease Long count, and I think they just drew Coleman Egan offside, and that will give them a first down. So a good hard count by the sophomore quarterback. Encroachment or offside, whatever you want to choose, but nonetheless, it's a 5-yard penalty, and Avon will keep the down markers moving with the ball just inside the Coleman Egan 30-yard line. Hand off to Weston Bierma. And Bierma maybe 2 or 3 yards to the 27-yard line. Thomas Lohr, the nose guard, credited with the stop. But the clock now continuing to run, coming up on 3:30 to go. And I'm sure Avon would be just content to run out the clock and come away with a 10-point win to go to the Dome. Cease will hand it off. This is Sokup.
Number 30, Trenton Sokup on the carry.
Breaks away. Tackle made by Logan Claflin, but it's near a first down after a gain of 6. Now under 3 minutes to go if you're clock watching with us here in Avon. So 3rd and 1, just shy of the 20-yard line. Easton Cease checking the official when he starts his 10-second count. Handoff will go to Cooper, and Cooper with a first down and more.
Number 3, Cale Cooper on the
As he gets inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line for another Avon first down. They'll move the sticks and start the clock. And now another
on the field called by the Hawks.
Yep, another Coleman Egan timeout. Their second timeout. They'll have one left. But Avon getting another first down, 1st and 10 at the 20. Let's take a short break here on Avon Pirates Live.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest.
All right, just one more timeout for Coleman Egan. Avon looking to run it out and go to the Dome, where the Pirates have won 6 9-man championships. As when we come back to action, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Pirates. And Coleman Egan can only stop the clock one more time, and they're down 2 scores, 30-20.
Timeout, Pirates. 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 Avon, just outside the red zone at the Coleman Egan 20. Handoff to Bierma, breaks a couple tackles and gets inside the 15.
Brought down by number 3, Landon McManus.
No, it's a further run than I thought. He got about 8 yards that time. Oh, the old binoculars are playing tricks on me now. But the final timeout called by Coleman Egan. Now with 2:18 to go. And 2nd down. And about 2 at the 7-yard line as we'll keep it here. So Avon, a record of 9-1. They were 5-1 in the Great Plains Conference West Division. They lost the crossover game, last game of the regular season, to the overwhelming favorite in 9AA, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy, and that was a wide margin. 58-8. But in the playoffs, Avon with wins over Oldham, Ramona Rutland, Sioux Falls Lutheran, and now looking to close things out against a very game Coleman Egan team here. So 2nd down and 2 inside the 10 and about the 8 or the 7. Here's the handoff to Sokup running toward the corner, and he's into the end zone for or is that Weston Bierma? But it is an Avon touchdown with 2:12 to go, and that makes it 36-20. So here comes the 2-point conversion by Avon. Here's a little dump pass caught by Jamie Pelton for the 2-point conversion to make it 38-20 with 2:12 to go. So a 7 or 8 yard run, and the pass for 2 from Cease again to Pelton. It was Trenton Sokup with the run, okay? Yeah, black uniforms with red numbers are sometimes hard to see. But Cease to Pelton for the 2-point conversion on a 41-yard drive. And Avon is 2 minutes and 12 seconds away with a date with the St. Mary's Cardinals for the 9B championship in South Dakota next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. It is now 38-20 in favor of Avon over Coleman Egan. Avon has scored the last 3 touchdowns after Coleman Egan scored the first 2 touchdowns of the third quarter to take their only lead at 20-16. So Dominic Doom with the kickoff. That touchdown run by Sokup, his 14th rushing touchdown of the season. So 2 back deep to get this kickoff from Doom, but a flag on the play. And that'll move it to the 45 for Avon to kick off. Must have been a delay of game. I didn't see what Matt Clark called.
Number 81, Dominic Doom. Next to receive, number 2, Logan Claflin, and number 3.
So Logan Claflin and Landon McManus back deep. Line drive kick, and it's taken by McManus. McManus is bulldog down
Number 3.
by Al-Shaman Gunter. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Coleman Egan at the 31-yard line. The ball marked at the Coleman Egan 31. So 2:07 to go, and Coleman Egan now down 3 scores. So they'll have a trip set to the far side. Zach Peterson to throw. No, he hands it off to Hayden Pearson. And the pass in the middle, incomplete.
2nd and 10 for the Hawks.
Pass was intended for Cale McLaughlin. And it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 32, now 1:59 left to go. But if the score holds, St. Mary's will be the home team in that 9B championship. Avon, the visiting team. High snap, and it is Pearson. Pearson with a first down, refusing to go down. He's trying to get into the open. He's at the Avon 40 and finally brought down at the Avon 34-yard line. So Pearson taking over at quarterback with a chunk play here. 1st and 10, Coleman Egan at the Avon 35, but Coleman Egan out of timeouts, but Pearson was tackled out of bounds. So Coleman Egan trying to score as fast as they can. Pearson with the snap, pumps once, now goes long down the far sideline, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
The intended receiver we do have an injury. I think it was Landon McManus that collided with a Avon defender. So the pass incomplete, but we'll find out as they do attend to the injured Coleman Egan player. With 1:38 to go, it's 38-20 in favor of Avon. Tell you what, let's take a short timeout here, and we'll be back. And hopefully the injured Hawk player, nope, he is sitting up here, so we'll keep it now. Nope, it was Logan Claflin. 2, not 3, but Logan Claflin took a hit after a pass to the far sideline from Hayden Pearson. So he walks up to the Coleman Egan sideline under his own power. Good to see. Logan is only a freshman. 5'10", 160 and a freshman. He'll be back for these Hawks next year. So the trip set. Pearson will run with it, but he's brought down from behind by Al-Shaman Gunter. And only a short gain of 1 or 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for Coleman Egan. Out of timeouts at the Avon 33. Pearson to throw toward the sideline, caught, and a first down to Rowdy Bowen, another freshman receiver who will be back.
And that'll be a Hawk first down.
And the ball marked at the Avon 24. Now under a minute to go. Pearson looking to the near side, plenty of time, and now he will run with it and get a good chunk of yardage on first down. But again, the clock continues to run as the ball now down to the Avon 17. So Coleman Egan in the red zone trying to score before time runs out. Pearson from the gun will throw. Pearson, long pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Rowdy Bowen.
3rd and 4 for the Hawks.
Coverage by Cale Cooper of Avon. So the clock stops with 21 seconds left in the game. 38-20 Avon. But Coleman Egan gave the Pirates all they wanted. And you would expect that in a semifinal game to go to the Dome. So 3rd down and about 4 at the 18. Pearson to throw, being rushed. Will throw on the run, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended on that far sideline to Ryder Benke, the tight end. And now 4th down and 4 at the Avon 18. 15 seconds left to go. So 4th down, and Coleman Egan has gone for it on 4th down a lot of times tonight. Pearson to throw. Pearson rolling out. Pearson throwing, up for grabs in the end zone, and it is intercepted. No, touchdown. Touchdown, Ryder Benke. Ryder Benke will catch a touchdown pass, an 18-yard touchdown pass with just 5 seconds left to make it 38-26. 5 seconds to go. So Pearson, 18-yard pass to Benke. And now the Hawks will go for 2. Benke got it away from an Avon defender in the back of the end zone. So here comes the 2-point conversion try. And Pearson will fight and get in for the 2-point conversion to make it a 2-score game, but only 5 seconds to go. It's now Avon 38, Coleman Egan 28, 5 seconds to go. Short break here on Avon Pirates Live.
Farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
All right, just 5 seconds to go, but Coleman Egan with 28 points on the board. That's 28 points more than the game between these two teams back on August 22nd to begin the season, where Avon won here at the Pirate Sports Complex 38-0. And Coleman Egan even had a 20-16 lead with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter off an Avon turnover. But Avon, with 3 straight scores, got the lead up to 38-20, but now with the Coleman Egan touchdown and the 2-point conversion, it's 38-28. And it will be Pearson to try to kick it onside. But I would guess that this will be the last play of the game. So Pearson will advance, kick it 10 yards, recovered by Avon, and that'll stop the clock with 3 seconds to go. So probably the coach's favorite play to call, victory formation for Avon, and they'll be going to the Dome. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at the 48-yard line. Well, not quite the victory formation, but I would think that Easton Cease will just take a step back. Well, no. Ball wasn't ready for play. Now it is. Easton Cease will take a knee, and that'll do it. The Avon Pirates, with a record of 10-1, will head to the Dakota Dome at USD Vermillion and play for the 9B Championship next Thursday against St. Mary's from Del Rapids. As the final score will read here, it is Avon with 38 and Coleman Egan with 28. Coleman Egan will end their season in the semifinals at 7-4, but they gave Avon certainly all they wanted in this game tonight and didn't give up. Great credit to Coach Chad Williamson and Coleman Egan for battling the Avon Pirates here in Avon tonight. So again, the final score, Avon goes to the Dome, plays St. Mary's at 11 a.m. next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion for the 9B Championship. with a 38-28 win. We'll be back to wrap things up after this on Avon Pirates Live.
A healthy body starts with a healthy mouth. Regular checkups and cleanings will keep your teeth and gums in top shape. Give yourself and your kids the best dental care with a visit to Carson Family Dentistry in Springfield. With a qualifying, caring dental staff, Carson Family Dentistry provides top care with a hometown feel. Trust your family's oral health to Dr. Carson. Call today for an appointment. Carson Family Dentistry is a proud supporter of all school activities and events on the Live Ticket Network.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are.
All right, along with our Live Ticket TV crew again of Hoyt, John, Ella, and Hope, Joe Van Gore from the Pirate Sports Complex in Avon. And the Avon Pirates are headed to the Dome for another try at another championship, this time in 9B. And they hold off Coleman Egan by the final of 38-28. Avon with a record of 10-1 going to the Dome. Coleman Egan with a great run in the playoffs ends their season at 7-4. And like we've been saying a few times so far tonight, Coleman Egan gave the Pirates all they wanted. Here's the scoring summary of the game. After the opening kickoff by Coleman Egan, it went off an Avon player and recovered by Coleman Egan. That was the same exact thing that happened to the Pirates the week before against Sioux Falls Lutheran, except Sioux Falls Lutheran scored on that drive. Coleman Egan behind Hayden Pearson as Coleman Egan started at the Avon 39. Pearson with a 38-yard run got to the Avon 1 for a first and goal, but on 4 downs, Coleman Egan did not score. So Avon, with their first possession of the game, 1st and 10 from their own 1, get a 99-yard touchdown run from Trenton Soka, his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, with 8:37 left to go first quarter, and Grayson Ratzlaff with the 2-point conversion. So that one play, 99-yard drive, and Avon led 8-0. But then Coleman Egan responded right away with 4:48 left to go in the first quarter on a Hayden Pearson 21-yard touchdown run, but the run for 2 failed on a 65-yard drive, and after a quarter, Avon 8 and Coleman Egan with 6. Only one score in the second quarter, that by Avon late in the half, 2:09 left in the half, on a Cale Cooper 4-yard touchdown run, his 13th rushing touchdown, and it was Lance Odens with the 2-point conversion on a 23-yard drive after a Coleman Egan turnover, and it was 16-6, Avon over Coleman Egan at the half. But Coleman Egan, opening the third quarter, goes right down the field, a 60-yard drive that only took, 2.5 minutes, and Hayden Pearson with an 8-yard run. Pearson with the 2-point conversion on that 60-yard drive. Avon's lead down to 16-14. And then Coleman Egan, with 2:09 left in the third, took their only lead of the game on a Pearson 7-yard run. But the pass for 2 failed on a 71-yard drive. Coleman Egan led for the only time, 20-16. But Avon would answer on the very next play from scrimmage as Cale Cooper with a 57-yard touchdown run with 1:50 left in the third, his 14th rushing touchdown, but the pass for 2 failed. So Avon tonight had 2 drives that were only one play, 99 yards with Sokup scoring, and one play 57 yards with Cale Cooper scoring his second touchdown, and Avon led 22-20 after 3. And then Avon pretty much sealed it up with 2 scores in the fourth. The first with 5:58 to go. Weston Bierma with a 7-yard run, his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And the pass for 2 made it Avon 30, Coleman Egan 20 on a 49-yard drive. And then with 2:12 to go, Trenton Sokup with a 8-yard run, his 14th rushing touchdown, and the pass for 2 from Easton Cease to Jamie Pelton on a 41-yard drive made it 38-20. But Coleman Egan didn't give up. They score with 5 seconds to go on a Hayden Pearson 18-yard touchdown pass to Ryder Benke, and Pearson with the run after on a 69-yard drive. But the final, Avon 38, Coleman Egan 28. So Avon with a chance at another championship, but they will face a stiff challenge from a good St. Mary's team that I saw at Centerville, a game that St. Mary's won 29-21. But, of course, in the playoffs, anything can happen, and it usually does. So that will be the 9B championship, Avon and St. Mary's, at 11 a.m. next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. St. Mary's, for the 3rd straight playoff game, plays an afternoon game at home because it's on Del Rapids Public's field, and Del Rapids Public played at night. But Del Rapids St. Mary held off Fulton area 22-16 to go to the Dome. And the 2 finals in the 9A semifinals, Wall, no problem with Phillip, 56-6. They will face Howard for the 9A title. They defeat Alcester Hudson 18-12, and I believe Alcester Hudson had beaten Howard during the regular season. So it's Wall and Howard for the 9A championship. And the 9AA championship, Elkton Lake Benton wins at home over Parkston 14-8. Freeman Marion Freeman Academy breaks away from Hamlin for a 45-12 win. So Elkton Lake Benton and Freeman Marion Freeman Academy for the 9AA title. And those two played during the regular season, with Freeman Marion Freeman Academy pulling away at the end. In the 11B finals, or in the semifinals, top seed Elk Point Jefferson will go for their second title. They defeated Dual 43-36, and St. Thomas More over Clark Willow Lake 50-14. So EPJ and St. Thomas More in what should be a great 11B final next week. In the 11A semifinals, Lennox, the defending champion, edges Del Rapids 15-14. They'll play Sioux Falls Christian for the 2nd straight year for the title. Sioux Falls Christian with a 35-0 win to go back to the Dome. In 11AA, Yankton defeats Sturgis Brown 41-28. Yankton will play Pierre, who defeated Huron 28-13. You'll remember Pierre beat Yankton in the semifinals in 11AA last year and lost by a point to Watertown in the 11AA championship. So that was the first year in about 7 or 8 that Pierre had not won a championship. But that'll be a great matchup. Yankton and Pierre for the 11AA title next Friday night at the Dakota Dome. And 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Lincoln outlasts Sioux Falls Jefferson 42-28. Brandon Valley over Harrisburg 38-14. And that will be a rematch of last year's 11 AAA title won by Sioux Falls Lincoln. So there are your pairings for the 7 championships in the 2025 South Dakota High School Football Championships. But here in Avon tonight, Avon holds off a game Coleman Egan team 38-28 to go to the Dome to play St. Mary's at 11 a.m. next Thursday at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. Hey, big thanks to our live ticket TV crew from Avon High, Hoyt, John, Ella, and Hope. And, of course, big thanks to AD Brad Poppy for having us over for a second week. And the Avon Pirates are going to the Dome. So the sponsors for Avon football here in Avon and regional sponsors, your team is going to the Dome to look for another championship, but it will be a good St. Mary's team that they will play next Thursday morning. So for our live ticket TV crew, I'm Joe Van Gore. We thank you for watching, and we bid you good night from the Pirate Sports Complex in Avon. Avon Pirates Live from Live Ticket TV.